You're probably trusting the insurance company to treat you fairly after your Colorado car accident, only to find out they're asking for recorded statements, pushing for a quick settlement, and acting like your injuries aren't that serious. And when the medical bills start piling up and you're missing work, you realize they're not actually there to help you. They're there to protect their bottom line. I'm Eric Staton, a personal injury attorney here in Colorado, and I've seen how these companies operate behind the scenes after thousands of accident claims. In this video, I'm going to walk you through 5 things insurance companies hope you never find out after a crash, including tactics they use to reduce or deny valid claims. Because if you don't understand how this works, you could accept far less than your case is worth. And once you sign that release, there's no going back. Did the adjuster already ask you for a quick recorded statement so they can start processing your claim? Here's the truth. That recording can cost you real money because it's not for your benefit. It's to lock you into words you can't take back. You don't have to give a recorded statement right away. A lot of people think it's required. It's usually not. What happens is this. You're still shaken up, you're in pain, you haven't slept, and your phone rings. The adjuster sounds friendly. They say, "This will only take a few minutes." Then the questions start small. You didn't see them until the last second, right? So you might have been going a little fast. You're feeling okay though, correct? And if you say, "I'm fine," because you're trying to be tough, or because adrenaline is still pumping, guess what shows up later when you go to the doctor? They pull the recording and say, "But you said you were fine." Or they take one messy sentence and try to turn it into fault. In Colorado, if they can push enough blame onto you, it can shrink your payout fast. And if they push it to 50% or more, you can lose your injury claim completely. What I tell clients is simple. You can give basic facts without letting them cross-examine you on a recording. Don't guess. Don't estimate speeds. Don't agree to their version of events. And if you're not sure what to say, it's okay to say, "I'm not ready to do a recorded statement yet." And one more thing. They may also send you medical authorization forms that look harmless. Some of those are so broad, they let them dig through years of records that have nothing to do with your crash, then blame your pain on an old issue. The lesson to be learned here is slow down. You don't need to hand them a weapon on day one. Now, the next thing they hope you never find out about is the clock, and it's already ticking. Colorado has deadlines that can quietly kill your case. Most people know there's some deadline, but insurance companies love when you don't know the real one. In Colorado, the usual deadline to file a lawsuit for a car accident is 3 years from the date of the crash. That sounds like a lot of time until it isn't, because here's how it really plays out. The adjuster reviews your file, then they request more documents, then they send it to a supervisor, then they go quiet for weeks. Then they offer something low and act like it's a take it or leave it, and suddenly you're at year 2 and 8 months, still treating, still waiting on records, still thinking you can negotiate a little more. Insurance companies don't get in trouble for dragging their feet, but you do, because once that deadline passes, your entire claim can disappear. And there's even a scarier deadline a lot of people miss if your crash involved a government vehicle. Think city bus, police car, county plow truck. There can be a much shorter notice requirement. In many situations, it's only 182 days to give a formal notice. Miss it, and your case can be over before it even starts. Also, evidence doesn't wait 3 years. Traffic cam videos can be erased, store cameras get overwritten, witnesses move and forget details, cars get repaired and the best photos never get taken. So the real lesson is, don't confuse a 6-month or 3-year deadline with "you have plenty of time." Next up, we get into money, because a huge number of people leave coverage on the table and never even know it existed. There may be more than one insurance policy that can pay you. If you get hit by a driver with low limits, and in Colorado a lot of people carry the bare minimum, your case can become a math problem fast. Here's a common story. You're on I-25 or I-70, someone rear-ends you, and your medical bills stack up. The other driver's insurance says, "We have $25,000 available. The minimum is common, and it disappears fast with an ER visit, imaging, and follow-ups." Insurance companies hope you think that's the end of the road, but there may be other pots of money, including 2 big ones: MedPay and underinsured motorist coverage. MedPay is coverage you may have on your own auto policy, and it can help pay for medical bills no matter who caused the crash. It can cover things like the ambulance, emergency room bills, physical therapy, copays and deductibles. And a lot of people don't even know they have it because they ever used it. And there's uninsured and underinsured motorist coverage. This is often called UM, UIM. If the other driver has no insurance or not enough, UM, UIM may step in. Here's the part insurance companies don't love talking about. Your own insurance company may be the one you have to fight on a UM, UIM claim. And at first they may seem supportive until it's time to pay out. Also, there can be other coverage depending upon the crash. Were you in a work vehicle? Was the other driver working? Think delivery, rideshare, company truck. Were you a passenger? If so, there may be other types of insurance policies to pay for your injuries. This is why I always tell people, don't assume the at-fault driver's policy is the only option. It may be the smallest option. Let's talk about the car itself, because insurance companies love to act like your bumper is replaced and the story is over. Your car is repaired doesn't mean you're fully paid. Insurance companies are very good at narrowing the conversation. They want it to be, here's the repair estimate, here's a rental for a few days, you're good, right? But after a Colorado crash, your losses can go way beyond that. Let's talk about diminished value. If your car was in a wreck, it can be worth less later, even after a perfect repair, because the accident shows up on your vehicle's history report. So if you had a newer vehicle, or one with no accident history, and now it's going to show damage reported, you may have a real loss in value. Many people never ask for it. Insurance companies don't rush to offer it. Rental and loss of use are also elements of a proper damage claim. If you didn't get a rental car and you borrowed rides from your family, that doesn't mean you had no loss. Being without your car has value. Insurance often tries to pay the cheapest amount for the shortest time. Also, many people don't know that you can pick the shop. You do not have to be boxed into the shop that makes the adjuster happy. You can choose a reputable shop you trust. And don't forget, the property damage claim is only half the story if you were hurt. If your back locks up 2 days later, or you start getting headaches, or your shoulder won't lift the same, insurance companies will try to connect that to anything except the crash. They love gaps. They love delays. They love it when you wait to see if it goes away, because then they argue it wasn't serious. So document the damage to your car and your body. Take photos and get the damage to both evaluated promptly. Now for the last one, and this is the one that causes the biggest regret. Once you sign the settlement and release, you usually can't come back for more. This is a trap that gets smart people. The adjusters offer quick money and make it feel urgent. We can send this today. This is the best we can do. Medical bills are piling up. This helps right now, and I get it. After a crash, life gets expensive fast. But once you sign that release, you're typically done. Even if you find out you have a herniated disc later, your concussion symptoms don't go away, you need injections or surgery months from now, or you miss more work than you expected. That's why a quick settlement is often a win for them and a loss for you. Here's a real-world example I see all of the time in Colorado. Rear-end crash, person feels sore but functional, they settle in 2 weeks. Then a month later, they realize they can't sit through a workday without pain. And now they're in physical therapy and getting an MRI. The bills show up after the money's already spent. They call the insurance company, and the answer is basically, you signed. Insurance companies also hope you never find out the real value of the case. They'll test what you'll accept before you learn the full picture of your injuries and your future care. So what should you do instead? Get the right medical care and give it time to show what's really going on. Don't sign anything just because someone is pressuring you. Make sure any settlement makes sense for the whole injury and not just this week's bills. And if the insurance company won't be fair, that's when you talk seriously about filing a lawsuit before Colorado's deadlines run out. Because sometimes that's the only way to make them take you seriously. So here's what you learned today. You usually don't have to give a recorded statement on their timeline. Colorado deadlines are real, and delay helps the insurance company, not you. There may be extra coverage like MedPay and UM that changes everything. Repaired does not mean fully compensated for your car or your body. Once you sign the release, you usually can't reopen the case later. If you want help figuring out what your case is really worth and what mistakes to avoid, reach out to our office. We'll listen to what happened, explain your options clearly, and help you decide the smart next step. And don't click away yet. We post new videos regularly. Be sure to subscribe to our channel and check out some of our other content.